Welcome to episode 15 of First and Last.
We're here.
He said that like you were reading an audiobook.
I am your host, Josh. With me tonight is Jimmy.
What are we on? Did we go to public radio?
I don't know.
When did we make the move to NPR?
I'm listening.
We couldn't find sponsors, so now we're public radio.
And that was Joe. He's with us as well. Hi, Joe.
Hey, man. Oh, I was going to do like a more dignified hey, man, like a hello, fellow passenger.
I re-listened to, I like that. Hello, fellow passenger.
On the ride of life.
I listened to, what is it, the Lost episode where I said your sign-in should be like, hello, friendly people, or something like that. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, hey, welcome.
Oh, yeah, hey, welcome.
That's what I thought the song was.
Welcome. Yeah, hey, welcome. Well, we're going to do the TV show Home Improvement today.
Oh, yeah.
How much of the sounds do you think Tim Allen does in this pilot? Do you think he's like there yet, or like?
Oh yeah. He does this
built in with sounds.
I would say we get. Oh, you want to do an over under like 5 like things like like how many like are you over under? Let's say 3.
Ooh, I was gonna set the over under at like a 2.
Yeah,
I guess if you're setting it at 3, I'll take the under.
I'll take the over.
Okay.
Jimmy, what do you want?
Oh, over for sure.
Over 3? So pilot episode of this for sure over 3.
Yeah. For those who don't remember, Home and Improvement is the Tim Allen show from the 90s where he's just like raising a family and hosting a tool show with his sidekick Al
Borland,
and making sounds and being just a general all-American dad, just trying to make it.
This show is so America.
It's Tim Allen America.
Yeah. Didn't you do a lot of coke?
I don't.
Didn't everybody? You know what I read recently? Speaking of Frasier, I couldn't say it with a straight face. I don't even remember where I saw this, but that the reason someone was saying that the reason the theme show to that, like the lyrics are just batty, just make no sense.
Oh, the toss outs and
scrambled eggs.
It's like it makes more sense when you listen to the theme song when you remember how much coke that they were all doing, because apparently that was a big thing.
Yeah,
in,
I suppose
late 80s, early 90s sitcoms.
Well, and that okay, yeah, because I don't know what that song is for Frasier. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
hey, baby, I hear the blues.
You kind of chop
calling.
it to like, oh, it's jazz, so it's like it's weird.
Well, I thought it was supposed to represent like his like the mindset of his patients. Like they're all just like mixed up, so they're tossed salad and scrambled eggs, and he doesn't know what to do with them. But
yeah, that's wow. That's makes a lot more sense than anything.
You thought about it. I just heard weird. weird
Welcome
words, and I was
Joe.
like, "Who knows what this
Welcome
is?"
back, Joe, the voice of reason.
making sense of everything.
Well, speaking of voice of reason,
Scrambled eggs all over. Wait, when he says scrambled eggs all over blank
My
blank,
face.
it's my face.
Yeah.
It's like,
What did you think it is?
I thought it was my face, but Claire thought it was all over the place, and I'm just like, no, it's all over his face.
all over the place. I'm pretty sure it's my face.
Speaking of Tim Allen, you guys remember the movie Jungle to Jungle? Did you see that?
Oh,
see that film?
He's like raising a kid from the jungle or something.
Yeah, he finds out that he's a child, and the kid was raised by like natives in the jungle.
Oh.
He's got a little Tarzan kid, and he brings him back to the city.
Vaguely remember it.
Late 90s, probably after the start of the show, but during it, I would think. Let me see.
The 2 in it is like an actual number 2, right?
Yeah.
So if they were to make a sequel, it'd be Jungle 2, Jungle 2.
Really, I hate how proud of you are. Yeah. You're so proud of yourself for that.
God,
what a missed opportunity. That should have been a hit.
Seriously, there's still time.
I thought you were going to say Jungle Through Jungle.
He finds out he had a third kid.
Because that doesn't even make any sense.
That's probably what it really would have been, though.
Yeah.
Because it's awful.
Jungle Through Jungle.
Oh.
They keep going. Man, have you seen Jungle 6 Jungle? It's crazy. That guy kept having kids.
He keeps finding
having
kids.
jungle kids.
That guy kept having jungle kids. What the hell? Well, for those of you that don't know how the show works, 5 minutes into it, we watch the very first episode of a TV show. We talk about it, make predictions on what we think is going to happen in the last one, then watch that one, and as Joe would like to put it, learn a little bit about ourselves as we get all of our predictions wrong.
We learn how dumb our predictions are.
Most of us haven't really seen these shows at all before. I know a little bit about Home Improvement. It used to be the show that was on when my family ate dinner when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm. It was
So,
just
like,
on in the background.
So it was just like on. Like I watched it because that's what they wanted to watch.
Yeah, it gives me like a getting dinner ready vibe. So maybe we just ate later than you did.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I think I was eating while this was on. You were getting ready for dinner as it was on. Okay, yeah, so you guys ate. That's fun. You ate later than me. And like yeah, Tim Allen works. He's a tool man. Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got Al Borland. That's the sidekick guy.
You think Al's in this first episode?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I definitely do.
You think Wilson's in this first episode?
Yeah.
All right.
I would say everybody's in this for like all the kids, the mom, the neighbor Wilson, and Al.
What about
And
Pamela Anderson?
She was was she the original Tool girl?
Yeah.
What?
That was her like start. Is she was the Tool girl on
Start
Tool
in
Time.
What?
Like
Start
acting.
in what
I
fashion?
think like I thought that was like her like big break in acting. Is she was that.
All right.
Some people stand in the darkness while they're stepping.
I'm pretty
to
sure
the Baywatch
Barb.
theme?
Is
Pretty
that
sure.
Baywatch? Some people say.
All right.
You
I'm
can
gonna
help
do some googling.
somebody. Don't you worry.
I'm a married man now, so I can't just go
Go.
googling Pamela Anderson.
Turn that safe search on.
Can't. My phone's very broken, so I can't. I just can't Google Pamela Anderson.
So I just have like okay, so we got Tim, who's the Tool Time
Roll
Uh,
call.
champ. Then we have Al, who's the sidekick on the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like the voice of reason on the show. I feel
Oh,
like
You think
Tim's
Al?
always trying to do stupid things.
Here's a fun one. Here's a fun. Do you think Al's gonna have a beard in this episode?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, if he doesn't, I'm gonna.
I'm gonna say
I'm
no.
not going to
I'm gonna leave
recognize him
this
if he
I'm
doesn't
gonna
have
say.
a beard.
I think there's at some point in the show that he doesn't have a beard.
Huh.
I'm gonna say not this
And that's
episode.
an awful time for everyone.
Wouldn't he just look just like Tim Allen if he didn't have a beard?
No, he's chubbier. Right? He's
I
chubbier than
mean,
Mel.
he'd have a flannel on, so you'd know.
Yeah. He wouldn't be. He would be the one not getting hurt.
He'd be the one who's
that's-
like just really nice.
Because that's the other thing about Tim Allen in the show. He's like a tool guy, but he always gets hurt.
It's
He
not
hurts himself
safe
all the
at
time.
all. No safe practice involved.
So
It's like the opposite of every actual like home improvement show that you watched in the 90s.
yeah, he's not Bob Vila by any means.
Bob, that's what I was
No.
looking for. But Al is.
Al is Bob
the
Vila.
Bob Vila of the show. So we also have Wilson, who's the neighbor, who you never see his whole face,
I bet you do
And
at
he-
some point, right?
and he's got like a fishing. What are those hats called? Bucket hat. I feel like
the fly fisher hat.
in my mind's eye, I just remember you just see his eyes, and you don't even see like the top of his head because he's got a bucket hat on. That
Yeah,
might not be
that's
true.
true.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Then we've got a bunch of kids. We got JTT,
Yep.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas,
Simba!
and then two other kids,
The older
an
brother.
older and a younger.
The older brother was the guy who raced the main character in the first bit of Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
No,
Yep.
that's
Like
the
his name was
grossest
Zach.
piece of information in the show.
In the show,
That sounds right.
Zach, Randy, and like Todd or something, right?
No, Todd?
Isn't it
No.
like
The youngest
Mark
kid?
or
Mark,
something?
maybe?
Mark.
Zach,
I think
Randy,
the
and Mark?
wiener's named Mark. The little wiener kid.
When I picture these three kids in like the 90s, I confuse them with the Three Ninjas movie. I just like one of those shows, one
Surf
of those movies,
Ninjas?
maybe Surf Ninjas. Who knows?
One of those was named Rocky.
Wasn't one of them in one of those movies? One of these
Probably.
kids?
I'll
look it up.
I can confirm.
That I can
That
safely,
You're allowed to
safely search.
You're allowed to Google that.
I just am not really that interested in actually Googling Pamela Anderson.
I mean, yeah.
I don't care about her mighty acting career. And then the wife, and I just have in my pre-show notes, rolls eyes. I feel like most of her lines are with just eyes rolling at Tim.
Does anyone have a thought of how the pilot's gonna go?
I think like it's not going to be anything about his TV show. I think that's just going to be on and rolling. It's going to be more about like what's going on with the kids. Like it's the first day of school and Randy's starting in middle school and he's getting bullied, and Zach's on the football team in high school and Mark is, I don't know, doing math or something. He's like pooping himself at
Nerd.
school. He's got a problem where he poops himself.
He's in a jazz class.
It's one of the big plot points in this episode is Mark's pooping.
Yeah. So Tim and Jill have different ways of solving these problems, and Tim has to talk to Wilson to try to work it out, and Wilson comes up with some sort of compromise, and all the kids end up solving their problems.
I think it starts at the TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like they're on set filming the TV show and he gets hurt.
I feel like it would be weird to start a brand new TV show with a show within a show.
I think they risked it in 1991. I think
Ooh.
they really went for it.
Because then the viewers tune in and they're like, wait, is this just a Tool show?
I think it's blatantly obvious right away that this is not a real Tool show. People, I think Tim Allen was a pretty big deal at this point.
From what? Like just comedy? Or
He was
like...
he was just a comedian, right?
Okay.
I just think people knew him. I don't know. Maybe this is why people know him, and that's why I think he was a bigger deal, because I already knew him because of this. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. Ooh. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah. So over under grunts. You're under 3. Me and Jimmy are over 3.
Right.
There's a bunch of Three Ninjas movies.
I think Al doesn't have a beard. None of you agree with that.
What about over under brown people?
0.
I was gonna put the over under at 1.
I'm going under for that. It's 1991.
I think I want to go with like exactly 1. I think there's.
Oh, you want to go even?
Yeah,
not over
even.
or under.
equal to.
Equal to 1. Okay, that's fair.
Interesting.
That's fair. 0 though, probably.
Taking the under.
Taking the under for that.
I mean, I'll take the over.
All right, fair
There you
enough.
What are the odds?
All you need is 2.
You need to see 2 brown.
I mean, but do I get more points because the odds are so low?
Nope.
Nah.
Gosh.
Well, I mean, I'm ready to watch this thing.
Let's do it.
You want to watch it?
No. I mean, yeah, sure.
We'll see you guys after the first episode. Joe's going to sit in the other room for 24 minutes while me and Jimmy watch the first episode. All right. Be back in a minute. And we're back!
Ho-ho!
But we are back. Joe laughed an exorbitant amount during that first.
Joe
Guys,
loved this.
I thought I was gonna hate this, but man, that was funny.
There's
They had some jokes.
They did some things well.
They did some good stuff.
It was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be.
Because you've never seen
Let's put it
any,
that way.
like, nothing about this, or what?
No, I mean I've seen it, but you know, like I just thought like the 1991 version of Home Improvement would be like super whack. I don't know. It's just like I didn't know that I thought it would have been a lot of dumb jokes that I wouldn't necessarily laugh at, and just like
Instead, it was a
not-
bunch of dumb jokes that you did laugh at.
yeah, it was super dumb, but I loved it.
It brought me back. I liked it. It was a good episode. So they did like a weird thing at the beginning where it was like he was at home, but he was watching his show.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then they cut
Started
to,
really meta.
and then they cut into the show. So that's how they didn't start a show inside of a show. They started a show with the guy watching the show that's in the show.
Yeah, watching him
trying to
himself.
get his family members to watch it with him, and no one
No
was
one
interested.
would. Well, because he's not new to the show. He's been doing it, so it's not new.
He even said like it was a classic episode he was watching, like it's been going for a while.
Yeah, so I don't have any clue how long he's been doing it for, but
So Tim Taylor, the Tool Man, hosts a home improvement show called Tool Time. Yeah,
Tool Time.
That's good.
Tool Time?
I was gonna ask if you guys caught that because I didn't remember.
I knew it. I knew what the show was called
Yeah.
already. I used to think that like it just was called Home Improvement. You know,
the show,
Yeah.
show inside
the show in the show is called.
I knew. I mean, now that you say that it's called Tool Time, I remember that now.
right? We did meet everybody. We met Al. We met Wilson. We met the family. The tool girl Lisa was not Pamela Anderson.
No.
Yeah.
I think there's a different because they switched two girls out and they don't like pretend it's the same girl. They like give her different names.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I still think that's Pamela Anderson. Just like
I don't think that was Pamela Anderson.
No way.
I think it's like just like pre-work Pamela Anderson. I think she just looks different because she's had some stuff done.
I mean, she like girl was in like the back. It was hard to see who it was. But
Yeah,
we
very
could have probably just
Heavily resisting looking it up, but there's ain't no way. Well, I can look at the. I've got the.
Yeah, to see how many.
Keep rolling.
we're not gonna
See if she's in the episode 1 credits.
Stop
or
the
something.
podcast.
Stop the tape.
Jimmy's gotta look up.
Stop the. We're wasting valuable.
Michelle,
tape.
if you're listening, Jimmy's looking up pictures of Pamela Anderson.
That's not even what.
He's looking at pictures of Patricia Richardson.
Who?
Jill.
Jill.
Oh.
The grunt count was high.
We stopped counting after like 5.
No, I kept counting. It was 11.
Oh shit!
It was 11. I got 11 instances. So yeah, every time he went.
So do you think finale will be like a double? Are you gonna what kind of numbers are we talking?
Speak any words. It's all just grunts.
Well, I mean,
Triple?
let's go with that one right now. Over under grunts. Well, we have 2. So the way the final episode works is it was a 3-parter.
Yeah.
But the 2 last parts aired on the same day, where the first part of the 3-parter didn't. So we're gonna watch the second and third parts of the third, based on the rules that we made at the beginning of this podcast.
It's gonna be great.
So we're gonna come in a third of the way through.
Can you hear that noise?
Yeah, I mean,
It was Pamela Anderson.
Really?
Pam Anderson.
we're gonna let's rewatch this whole episode.
Wow.
It didn't look like her. I didn't think.
Wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think she's had a lot of work done over her life.
Actually,
Oh my God! Should we watch that show that Pamela Anderson's been in, Barbed Wire?
That was a movie.
No, that was a
right?
movie. No.
movie.
What was the VIP?
Baywatch.
VIP.
I don't know what that is.
You remember that show?
Baywatch.
It was on like UPN. It was like Charlie's Angels, but Pamela Anderson.
Okay.
And her and like maybe a couple other girls were like private detectives or private eyes or something like that.
It was.
Ah.
It
It's
was
called-
Pamela Anderson.
It's called VIP. Well, I mean, if we're doing like maybe we could do like
Pamela Anderson month.
a home improvement month.
Oh.
So we can do the other show that Tim Allen's on,
Uh-huh.
whatever the one he talks to the reindeer. If that's canceled,
Last Man Standing.
if that show's done or not, we don't know though. We'd have to check that out. The show that Pamela Anderson's been
That's
on,
for sure done.
and I'm sure like Al Borland or like
You watch Family Feud.
we could just watch the first and last of Family
Oh,
Feud.
I forgot that he was the host of the Feud.
Except Family Feud is still on.
Is he still on it?
No.
No, that's Steve Harvey, right?
Steve Harvey, dude. It's been Steve Harvey for a long time.
Well, I'm sorry.
Fun fact that since we're talking about Richard Karn and his Family Feud experience, they did a DVD like video game thing with Family Feud style. You like had to put it in your DVD player and you just used the remote.
Oh yeah.
And
Like a Seen It sort of thing.
yeah, it was like a Disney's Seen It, but with Richard Karn Family Feud. I don't know why I said Disney.
Yeah.
Because that's basically the only version of that game that I've played. But throughout the whole thing, he had a huge zit on his nose. I mean, huge. And so you're just playing through this in every little scene that he does. This massive.
Like they couldn't put some makeup on it. Like,
or waited a week.
Yeah, wait a couple
No,
months.
this DVD board game's gotta come out. We gotta do it now.
Another nose on his face. It was insane. It was awesome.
I want to like YouTube that later.
I'm sure you can.
I'm interested
Richard
in
Karn. That's his name.
Sorry, Richard.
Oh.
Sorry, Rich.
So over under at least for that, we did. Joe's gotta talk to the taco guy.
Joe, go get our tacos.
All right, I'll be down in a second. Bye.
Okay. While Joe goes gets.
Wait, did you? When I first answered, I whispered hello, and I was like, "That doesn't make any sense. Like, why am I trying to like protect the pod to just be weird to this delivery guy?" Podcast people, I'm gonna go get the tacos. I'll be right back.
I'm sure they'll miss you, Joe.
I'm sure you won't miss much.
Oh, boy.
What do we got?
I mean, we'll discuss this point because Joe already knows. Okay. He definitely was wrong in the grunt count. It was I got 11.
Oh, so high.
So high for that.
I stopped counting.
I mean, yeah, it was probably more than 11, but I got 11. There was one brown person, so Joe was right.
Yeah,
on that one.
Right at the end.
He was like the dishwasher delivery guy.
He was installing a new dishwasher because Tim broke it with his manliness.
Yeah, I mean, like a quick synopsis of what happened. Like, not a whole lot happened in the episode. So yeah, started with him watching the show so that we got introduced to Tool Time. And then his wife, Jill, had a job interview. She left, and he tried to fix the, in quotes, fix the dishwasher to make it more powerful so he doesn't have to, like, pre-rinse dishes. Right. It should be strong enough.
Which is just really dumb.
So he did that, and he hung out with his, the pooper Mark.
The other kids wanted nothing to do with it.
No,
also, these kids looked tiny.
Oh, they're little baby boys.
I did not.
Yeah.
Wow. Mark was like, I mean, elementary school.
Yeah. No, really tiny baby boys.
Yeah, they were taking back their manliness.
Yeah. Taking back their manliness.
I don't know.
But so they did that. He powered up the dishwasher, and then it threw out a dish really
exploded.
hard.
It exploded.
And now Joe laughed the most.
That was the part where like I knew I was in when like the dumb like dish shot through the dishwasher and it just like looked super fake, and I was lolling so much.
The effects were really fun though in this episode, I will say. So he gets like electrocuted right away, and there's a giant spark, and I was like, that was pretty neat. And then like he comes back in, and then the thing explodes, and then he like is near it again later, and you don't expect it, and it sparked again at him, and he jumps.
Yeah, it just kept sparking, which I liked.
Very good.
For
a pilot, great effects. Come on.
Yeah, solid. I like the practical effects. It was fun. Why don't we just go into predictions? Unless you got anything you want to need to chat about, Joe.
You just did a plot summary?
Yeah,
kind of.
So I just like one. Oh, okay. Actually, a couple other things about this pilot. So like along with, I thought there was going to be more about the kids initially, but this one was really more about Tim and Jill's relationship. And I thought it was interesting that they gave Jill more like as a character. They gave her more to do than I thought they would. Essentially, like it seemed like there was like a like female writer on the writing team that was like, hey, like that could give some perspective. Yeah, that I thought was more level than I would have expected from a 1991 sitcom.
Sure. It's almost there's a little like flash of Roseanne in there.
Yeah,
because she's like the homemaker, but she doesn't want to be at home. She wants some autonomy.
Autonomy.
That's what she said.
Agency was the word I was trying to think of. She's given a lot of agency in this because like the whole episode is about Tim's doing this thing, but it's about him trying to understand like the wants and needs of his wife. Which you think he would have figured that out years ago, but maybe not.
Big dumb idiot.
So I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah.
I have. Why does Tim Taylor host a home improvement show if he's really shitty at tools?
He's really bad.
Because
At
I'd
everything.
watch the shit out of that show in real life. That's
Just
why.
to see the car wreck of him fucking shit
but
up.
he has Al, who he emasculates at every moment, and Al is good with tools and actually improving things. Yeah, Tim doesn't really ever improve anything in his home.
Yeah,
He ruins
I mean,
stuff.
we know from Jill that whenever Tim touches something, he fucks it up. So
Well, I think one of the things he does throughout the series, if I can remember, is like he did in the dishwasher, he like finds something to try to make it like better, but it always messes up.
Yeah, he tries to give everything more horsepower.
more power.
More power.
Because that's what's manly.
So the viewers of Home Improvement know that this isn't that they're gonna see some tools, they're gonna see how some things work, but they're also gonna see some things like really get fucked up, and they're into it.
Yeah,
Sounds like a good time.
I'm into it.
It's like on Mythbusters when they like bust a myth and then they like take it to the limit. Like, well, how many gumballs would this thing need to explode or something?
Keep going with that myth.
I hate.
Keep going.
I
Yes, myth busted. Like, no matter how many gumballs they fit in the camel, it would not explode.
I hate
dear Lord.
Mythbusters.
Is it taxidermy before they did live camel?
I have a hate relationship with Mythbusters. I just don't think they could. They can't bust any myths.
I think they busted a myth or two.
I mean, if it's
Hey.
like science, if it happens 1 out of 1,000,000 times, it's still possible. They do something like 10 times and like, yeah, that doesn't work.
Joe, you want a first and last Mythbusters?
I used to love Carrie. Is that her name, Carrie?
Oh, the redhead girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
The show's really fun, but it's not like a science. They're not proving anything.
I really want to watch.
Or
I really want to. Like,
disproving
it doesn't make any sense, and I really want a first and last Mythbusters. So Jimmy just be furious the whole
God,
time.
I'll hate it.
I like it. We're doing it.
It's just a prank on Jimmy.
We're doing it.
Predicles?
Whoa. Yeah.
Well, did we have anything else about? I guess I have one thing just about like wise neighbor Wilson. I don't remember. He's really like this conscience, and like maybe not conscience, but like he's just helping Tim out with all his wisdom and knowledge.
Yeah, he's like the moral guidance, like a
Yeah,
Feeney.
that's
or
a better. Yeah.
Brings me to my first prediction. Wilson's dead.
Oh, no!
Oh, harsh.
No way!
That would
No way.
ruin my prediction
We are
of
turning
we
it
see
off if
Wilson's
Wilson
face.
is dead.
Wow.
Just opens up on Wilson's grave.
We have 2 whole episodes.
and
for
Tim's
him
just
to
like,
die.
I promise I will avenge you.
It becomes like a Rambo First Blood scenario. Wilson's dead. First prediction.
That's your first prediction?
Yep. Second prediction is it won't do this anywhere near as well as, say, Frasier, but like it'll end with like Home Improvements also ending, or
Okay.
Tool Time's also ending. You know,
Okay.
so they'll be like in one of these
Maybe
two-parter.
a finale within a finale.
Yeah, it's gonna do something like that. Or I guess to like, if maybe Tool Time's already been done, but no, that wouldn't
How
work.
many predictions are you gonna? If
No,
you just
I'm-
predict
I'm
every possible scenario, then you'll get it right.
If you say a lot of things in one prediction, you gotta get a point. Like, it's but I think Tool Time's
Bullshit.
done. I think it's ending, and I think that's how that's
Okay.
what they do. They use that to like end Home Improvement, like
Okay.
like they did in Frasier, but not as well.
8 seasons later.
And then I have one prediction for each son,
Oh, all right.
just like kind of like where they are at.
Oh,
Okay.
sure. Okay.
Mark, which is the younger one, the youngest one. I think he's like a journalist or some sort of like kind of. He's like the hipstery, like journalist or something like that kind of
artsy.
kid.
But so this is... How old are the kids, do we think about? Or like...
I mean, they're not even like. They're
so
young.
it's 8 seasons.
Yeah.
And Mark, I think, definitely seems like he's like in elementary school. Maybe the other kids are just barely in middle school.
Yeah, I was thinking that they were like 6, 8, and 10, maybe.
Okay, but
Sure.
add 8 years.
So you think Mark like works at the paper at school or something?
I mean, he's just like that. Like,
Okay.
he's at least kind of hipstery, like intellectual journalisty type.
He's
if
the
anything.
Rory of
Mark
the
is
show, you would
not
say.
sick.
God. he's the Claire of the show. We have to call your girlfriend at some point tonight.
Bother her.
Well, I told her I was gonna again. So, also Brad. So I think Brad's kind of a loser. Like
That's the oldest?
Yeah, like he's like the jockey one. So I don't think he's like really made anything of himself. I think he might have been like. He might be in college kind of thing, or he might have, more likely I think he might have dropped out of college and like lives at home, and he shouldn't be at home anymore. So I think that's what Brad's doing.
Uh-huh.
And then I think Randy, or JTT as we all know and love him, is like he's like in animals. He's like trying to be like a vet or something.
Randy's into animals?
Randy's into animals.
He's with one of the Kratz
and
brothers.
He's the one with the serious girl friend.
Randy has a serious girl.
Randy's
like
the one
a friend
with
that's a girl. You had a weird pause in there.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I meant he's got a serious girlfriend and or like fiance.
All right.
Okay.
So those are my
Okay.
predictions.
Young, like she's probably pregnant, and so
I don't think they deal with unwed pregnancies in this show. I think was on ABC
Yeah,
in
this
the 90s.
is a nice show.
it's happening, but they don't talk about it. 'Cause...
You don't talk about it.
All right.
Me?
Yeah.
Sure.
I got no JTT in the finale.
Oh.
I think that line money got too much for him. He quit?
He's out. He's way beyond.
He's too big. Okay.
Yeah. And then I have
I hate that, but I get it.
I almost said that, by the way.
so like guessing that Brad, the oldest kid, was 10 at this point. I was guessing that he's maybe like graduating high school by the end of 8 seasons and
I think
is going
you
to
have
college
no
on a
idea
football
how
scholarship.
old kids are.
Do you know how old kids are, Creed?
Yeah, I work with kids.
So how old do you think they are?
I'll let you do your predictions first.
Okay.
I want to give you a chance
Yeah,
to go
don't
back.
So
back
yeah,
on it. Don't
he's
let him
going
change
to college. He's graduating and going to college on a football scholarship.
Yeah, athletic loser.
Al-
He drops it. It's not going.
Al like is either like recently married or getting married in this finale. And you know,
I forgot about Al.
I already said that the episode opens with Tim staring at Wilson's grave and saying, "I will avenge you," and then
Wait, so you think Wilson's dead too?
No, I'm JKing, but what if? And then it's raining and he turns around and Jill is there pointing a gun at him and she says, "I need more power."
And it's a Magnum.
And then they kick into the theme song. It's like, "Ba-na-na-da." And then after the theme song, they go back to the graveyard. And then Jill shoots like the spy behind Tim.
Joe, if I need to, I'll create a website so we can post this fanfic up. Also, but
Any
before
octopus monsters.
you're done with your
Zero.
predictions, there was one thing when we watched the first episode that you said, like you could see it in the last episode, was when Tim and the youngest Mark were like building the washing machine, and they were like taking it. They were doing it like shirtless, and you were like, I bet they come back to this.
Yeah, they were like shirtless and flexing and grunting, and I'm just like, man, this is just like built for like a clip show. Like even if not a full-on clip show, I bet they like show some of this in the finale just to be like, oh look, he was so little and now he's like a full-on
some
weird
montage.
teenager.
Sure.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see whose shirts get taken off.
Speaking of clothes, I forgot to mention this, is that first episode was some great 90s action on Tim the Toolman had some amazing like multi-technicolor Nikes on.
Oh, you know what's funny? Yeah, you said you commented how dope his shoes were.
Yeah.
And I like sort of saw him quick, but he had just like a regular like gross green sweater, and I was like, man, I wish I was wearing that sweater right now. That's a great sweater.
It looked like a great like, I'm just at home now, so this is my sweater.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm currently wearing a gray sweater.
But also nice. You are.
Yeah.
But in the Tool Time shows, he's like dressed up. He's
Yeah,
not.
why?
Like, he's
He was like wearing a
ties.
white dress shirt.
Why are
for
you
a Tool
wearing?
show.
Why are you
He's
ever wearing a tie?
That's a hazard while you're working with tools for sure. You got loose clothing.
Yeah, that's real
And
bad.
then at the end, in the episode where he's like apologizing through the episode to Jill for breaking shit and being an insensitive dick man. He's wearing like a full-on zoot suit.
Yeah,
like an
he
early
gives that talk,
90s.
and then he like puts on a yellow jacket, and it's just like,
Yeah, yellow
what
blazer.
kind of show is this?
And
Like,
he ends it
over
with,
his-
you see.
He's wearing suspenders. Anyway,
like it
I
looks
just
like he's
wanted to-
about to go like find Carmen Sandiego and bring her to justice.
Pause
8
break.
years.
Quick.
Okay.
When I was young, on my like Apple II that we had,
Yeah.
because
Nice.
that was the coolest computer ever, on a floppy disk, an actual floppy disk, boys and girls, not the
3.5 inch
the-
one.
not the ones
yeah,
that are
the big
hard,
ones.
the actual big floppy disks.
Yeah.
I had played Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, and I had an almanac because I had to learn about the cities because it gave me hints, and I had to look in the almanac to like go, I think this might be like Constantinople, and I would have to look in the almanac and like read about it and be like, I think she went there, because it gave you like 4 different like spots, and I would do that, and I wish I could play that game.
I'd
right
play
now.
the hell out of that.
It was
Would
so
you play
fun.
it with an almanac and no Google?
Yeah, man, you got to play it how it was meant to play, with an almanac.
Yeah.
Go on Amazon and try to buy an almanac.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy to buy an almanac still.
You probably did.
I could probably just
You'd
download
still
an
probably
almanac.
download the PDF.
An almanac application, an
Print it at
almanac,
work.
An almanac?
if you will.
An almanac.
An app.
An almanac.
Make it. Okay, my predictions. I predict that Jill has a fucking job
Great.
by the end. I think it takes her 8 seasons, maybe.
Get a
I
job,
think
Jill.
she gets a job. Like she
Finally, someone
wants.
hired her. Am I right?
Oh, that was an uncomfortable thing in that first episode. Like
Yeah, that was sad.
he gets a
She was
call
so-
while she's gone. Which, by the way, how far away was this place, and how soon they interviewed her, and then
She must
within
have done
10 minutes they
she must have done a
called and said
terrible
that
job.
she didn't
Like-
get the job.
Yeah, that they would
time-
call before she even gets home.
Time passed in this episode was weird. It was hard
Or-
for me to grasp.
Or the employers are banging in on nobody being home so they could just leave a voicemail. Or a
Immediately.
answering machine message because it's 1991.
I thought
They
that
were
when they were
hoping to-
talking to Tim, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I'll tell her." I bet if I was someone calling somebody to tell them they didn't get a job, I would have been like, "Hell yes." It's not the person that's not getting the job. It's just some other person. I'm
Yeah,
so
right?
happy to be able to not tell that person they
Yeah,
didn't
that'd be
get a job.
great. So that's the reason why
true.
they called early.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, let's get these predictions rolling.
Okay, so Jill has a job. My second prediction is about the kids. Mark is now a senior, is what I'm guessing. Like is going on in the world. He's a senior in high school, and the other kids are away at college.
Okay.
I don't think either of them are really around, and if they are, it's like they're home for a brief whatever, but they're not normally around.
Sure.
Number 3, I can't read my handwriting. Al is married, and that's like a recent thing.
I wish happiness for Al.
Yeah, I had that too.
I think most of the 8 seasons of this series, I think he's unhappy, and I think now he's like in a relationship and married, and it's all happened. And then we see Wilson's face, so not dead is my wish.
See, I think he's alive, but I still don't think we see his face.
I don't know. I have no comment.
Because if you're gonna do a thing, might as well do a whole thing till the end, right?
Oh God, could you imagine the death show though? When he's in like the casket and like have something covering his dead face.
That's pretty sitcom. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
It's pretty funny.
And then my extra prediction is that the Tool Show's canceled.
Can't full on canceled.
Canceled, not just
Not ending.
ending.
It's canceled.
It's canceled.
Uh-huh.
You're done. And now they have to rely on Jill's job.
Oh.
Boom. I'm gonna go pee.
Okay.
All right. Well, Jimmy P's. We'll watch the last 2 parts of the episodes.
I'm gonna take a giant bite out of Jimmy's burrito too.
Yep, we're gonna eat some tacos and we're gonna watch this, and we'll be back after that.
And we're back.
All right. I like it. You know what I don't like?
What?
Clip shows.
Oh.
I mean, like, if it's gonna be a 2-part episode, I'll take 1 part as a clip show. That's fine.
It was a 3-part episode. We only saw 2 of them.
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
feel like a 2-part of like a one night, like you get a clip show for the first part. I feel like that's not odd. I feel like a few sitcoms have done that. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but it feels like a classic like 90s formula. It's like we'll give them the clip show, and then after that we'll give them a real episode.
We'll wrap up plot after that.
Yeah.
That's better than just having a full goddamn clip show, Felicity.
Yay, Felicity,
What are you thinking?
dumb butt.
J. Abrams.
Could you imagine if Lost ended in a clip show?
John
I
Jacob
am now.
Abrams. I still hate Kate. She's the worst.
J-Brams.
Have you been watching Lost?
Still, yeah. I'm in the 2nd season,
Okay.
and like the last like dumb Kate thing that she did was like, they get in the hatch and they got all the stuff in there, and she's like, or like Hurley's like taking inventory of the stuff that they have in the hatch, and she's like, I'm gonna take a shower. Where's the shampoo? And it's like, Kate, like we're trying to keep track of like what we have here. Like there's no time to like take a shower.
I mean, I might want to take a shower.
I mean, like
Showers
she
are few and far between on the
after
island.
her shower, she like came out and like was like wearing a towel and like had a moment with Jack. And like I know it's supposed to be like a sexy moment, but I like in my mind I was just like, man, that shower must have been great. like I know I take a shower after like 2 days of like not taking a shower, like that feels amazing.
It's a sexual experience.
Yeah, like I'm imagine like taking a shower after like 40 days, like holy shit.
It's true.
That's gotta be great.
It's true.
Yum.
So, Home Improvement.
I just gave Joe a look because he described taking a shower as yum.
Huh.
I'm gonna take a shower tonight. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be yum. All right. Well, we didn't watch Lost.
We didn't.
We watched Home Improvement. So yeah, we watched the last 2 out of 3 final episodes because those parts 2 and 3 of it's called like the long winding road. I think
Yeah.
is part
By the
2 and 3.
Beatles.
And that's because those aired on the same day, but the first part aired like week before.
Uh-huh.
So the episode 2 of it was a clip show, full clip show.
Just the clip show.
It was literally just Tim
We
drove.
saw some pilot in there.
Yeah, Tim drove Brad and Mark to school, and they just talked about clips.
So like they're still in high school. Is that what that was?
That's
Dude.
what I don't understand. I thought, isn't Brad the eldest?
Yeah, he's the older one.
Yeah.
So Randy is gone.
Unexplained.
Literally no conversation about where their other child is. I mean, assuming you know that already, but
I know where he is.
on the set of The Lion King.
No, he's in Randy is in Costa Rica
Doing what?
with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's in some sort of program.
What kind of program? Is it animal related?
Well, I would assume jungle animals. Where's Costa Rica?
It's got a lot of. It's well, that's really
there
close
jungle?
to Jurassic Park.
Oh, nice. So they're dinosaurs.
God, that'd be amazing. Is this like? Is this? No.
I kind of assumed Jurassic Park was in the Pacific. I don't know.
Jurassic Park is a couple hundred
Yeah,
miles
I
off
did
the coast
too.
of Costa Rica.
Really?
Yeah, read the books, you fools.
Yeah, no, I have.
I assumed
and
it was like by like
I still don't know what that means.
Australia, mate.
Nope, Costa Rica.
All right, which is Caribbean.
Sure.
God damn it. Okay. So yeah. Oh, but we did find out in that first half that the second, third, that Tim is leaving Tool Time, which must have been a thing that I think it was in the first, because in the first like 2 minutes was like a
Previously on, yeah.
previously on, right? And it was like, holy shit, we had to watch it twice because a lot happened. Tim is like, well, then I'm gonna quit Tool Time because there's a new producer who's turning it into Jerry Springer.
Yeah, essentially.
Which is pretty fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, so he's just quitting. Like he was quitting, so they were doing their final episode of Tool Time. Mm-hmm. I was right.
And that Jill, yeah, but didn't you say? What did you say?
Home Improvement.
You were saying it got canceled.
I said the end of Tool Time. That's what
I said it was canceled.
You said it was canceled.
Oh.
I literally said this would be the end of Tool Time.
So then,
100% what happened.
We also learned in that previously on that Jill is probably maybe taking a job in Indiana. So
Gary,
getting
Indiana,
a job.
Indiana. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, she said
anyway, and then clip show in the car.
Clip show.
And then episode 3, it's the last Tool Time, and we learn Al is getting married.
Al is
and Heidi's pregnant. Heidi, wait, no.
Heidi's the tool girl?
Yeah, Heidi's the tool girl.
Debbie, what's her name?
Deborah Dunning, I believe.
Debbie Dunning.
Yeah.
Who is the new, what's her face? Pamela.
Yeah.
The new Lisa.
But I remember her. I don't remember.
I think she was in the vast majority of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unlike Pamela Anderson, who's probably in like maybe the first season.
So they're like, what? You're moving to Indiana? What? Al's getting married? What? Heidi's pregnant?
What? Wilson's still alive? Come on.
Yeah, what? Wilson?
Aw.
But we
don't get to see his face.
Yeah, they played it up hard in this episode like we were going to see his face, and we never did.
Yeah.
There must have been a lot of speculation at the time.
It was just kind of like, it's like when you watch Smallville and you want him to put the cape on, and he never does.
Yeah,
does he do it in the last episode? I'll let you guys know when we watch first and last Smallville.
I've never seen Smallville, so there you go.
Such a good show.
Well, it's
a show.
It's a great show.
It's such a show.
It's so much a show that it's almost a good show.
It did spawn a whole lot of CW DC shows, so you got to give it some credit. They're raking in that superhero money. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It is officially, actually, because pretty recently in the Supergirl show, they mentioned Chloe, who is a character in Smallville.
Oh, I gotta get caught up on this stuff.
Hells yeah.
I haven't seen like any of the new DC seasons this year.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, so, I mean, last episode was, they kind of wrapped stuff up. Al got married. I mean, the biggest thing that was the problem that they had to solve was Jill didn't know whether or not she actually wanted to take the job and move to Indiana. And then she found out that
their house of
Tim
20
got
years.
offered a ton of money and to be executive producer of Tool Time going forward if they didn't end it. So then she was rattled again. But then they decided to put their house on a tugboat and move to Indiana.
Apparently, it's hard to tell if it was real or if it was.
That was just like a dream sequence at the end. They're gonna take their house that they raised 3 children in and take it all to Indiana when it's just gonna be the 2 of them.
Well, no, I mean they made it sound like Mark and Brad were going.
We're coming with them.
Because Brad's never gonna graduate.
Because
high
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't seem like Brad can do school well.
That's true. Yeah.
He don't do school good.
They're both in like high school, and Randy is somewhere.
Which really doesn't
like
make any sense.
15-year-old, I guess.
Those kids were definitely middle schoolers in that first episode.
I think my guess in age is probably closer.
I don't know anything about kids, man. So they were too young. They weren't
Mark
people.
was definitely elementary school age.
And he was
5 to 10.
And he was taking off his shirt. Stop
5
sexualizing.
to 10?
Stop sexualizing kids.
Yeah, if you're 5 years old, you're kindergarten.
So he was either 5 years old or double that.
Well,
he wasn't 10 in the episode.
He's not 10, but he's not 5 either.
He's not 13 in this episode.
No.
So he's probably 7.
And Brad looked like 20 in this episode.
He was one. He's a couple days away. I think when he moves, I got it. I'm connected in the universes. They move to Indiana. Brad starts dating some girl, and he races the guy from Tokyo Drift. I bet the beginning of Tokyo Drift is in Indiana. Huh?
It's not in Tokyo.
No, because the main guy in Tokyo Drift, the whatever his something Black, I think his
Shane
name
Black.
Is that what his name is?
That's like the actor's name.
Oh, okay. Well, I knew the actor's name, but I didn't know his character's name.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel.
Shane Black races Brad from Home Improvement, and then they total the car, and then he gets sent to Tokyo to live with his dad because it was either that or like
Brad?
he went to like juvie. No, the
black
main
guy.
the Shane Black.
The Shane Black.
Brad is only in it when he races him at the beginning.
Oh well.
But he races him because he moved from Michigan to Indiana, and he's such a piece of shit. He's still in high school. Still,
You know what they say in Indiana?
No.
You gotta be out of control to be in control.
I thought they always had something along the lines of it doesn't matter if you win by a...
Let's do meth.
That's what Indiana says. Indiana says we're the birthplace of the KKK.
Ooh.
It's like,
Okay,
that's what
well,
they say?
Hey, it's their heritage. Come on, it's their heritage.
Well,
So-
that one guy that was in Indiana listening to our podcast is done.
So
It's been a pleasure, sir. Have a good night, and I wish you well.
So the subplot
Yeah.
to this episode.
Enjoy your shitty ass fucking state. Fuck Indiana.
Wow! Whoa!
Every couple episodes, Joe just takes a step off the ledge and just goes.
I don't think we can get... I don't think we can just blow by this, actually. What's up with Indiana?
It smells like farts.
What?
And
Keep going.
What else? Jay Cutler's from Santa Claus, Indiana.
Santa Claus?
Yeah, the name of the town is Santa Claus.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
do you know Aaron Rodgers is from Chicago?
What?
Go Bears.
I thought he was from like Iowa or
He's
something.
from Chicago.
We're not talking
well,
about Aaron
he's
Rodgers.
from
We're talking about-
Illinois.
We're talking about why
yeah.
Joe apparently fucking hates Indiana.
Yeah, okay.
It's deep in my origins. Like if this was Lost, you'd flash back into me like.
I mean, is this just mostly because you grew up around Chicago, right?
Yeah, but no, like people in Chicago don't hate Indiana.
Just you.
Just you.
Just
Just
me.
you.
Just hate that shitbag state.
Wow.
Dang.
Man.
Dang.
I just want to let everyone know that Joe's opinions are Joe's alone and do not reflect first and last.
Nor
What about,
Taco
like,
Cats.
what about like South Bend? What about Notre Dame?
I don't think I've ever been there.
Well, no, but have you spent like a ton of time in Indiana for you
In
to
other
hate
parts
it?
of Indiana?
You hate it because you've been there and had.
You'll just have to like go back into my origins.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well,
We'll find
got a
out.
lot of TV to catch up on first, so a lot of Frasier still on the docket.
That's interesting. We learned something new today. Joe
Yeah.
hates Indiana.
Oh.
Not like Florida. Like no one likes Florida.
I mean, Florida's got like
Wow, you're gonna defend Florida, but you're
Weather.
Uh-huh.
gonna fucking roast Indiana.
they got like Disneyland or World.
Universal.
They got Full Sail University,
You only care about that because of wrestling.
NXT.
Gators.
Yeah, full on Gators. They don't got any cool animals in Indiana.
I mean, they just have the same ones we have here, really.
It's like almost the South, except like not even like that warm. So fuck it.
Oh, I don't get it. I love it.
So a subplot in this last episode is that Al's getting married to Trudy, who is played by Megan Cavanagh, who I am immediately recognized as being the ugly woman from A League of Their Own. And
You recognize
starring
her as
Tom Hanks.
that?
Oh my gosh! Immediately. Also, Broomhilda, the ugly woman in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Are you calling this person ugly, or are you just saying she plays ugly people?
I mean, she's supposed to be homely in these films. Have you seen A League of Their Own?
Well, yeah.
Great film. Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
She's the one, she's like the ringer. She's like home run hitter every time, but she's like homely and shy and weird. She also gets married in that movie.
I feel like the term homely was like made to make ugly people feel better, but everyone just knows if you're called homely, you just are an ugly person.
That's what ugly
She's
people say.
also...
Wait, is it who calls me home? Who calls me homely? Who's been calling me homely?
Let's move on. She's also the voice of Judy Neutron in Jimmy Neutron.
Is that Jimmy Neutron's mom or something?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
So it's just what IMDb told me.
Jimmy,
and I thought that was fun.
Jimmy, your facts about this ugly lady are about as entertaining as the clip show that I just watched.
How have you never...
Why did you do a deep dive on Al's wife?
Because she's in a league of their own, and it's a great fucking movie. Gina Davis, Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You Googled Al's
no
wife, but
crying
you wouldn't
in
Google
baseball.
if Pamela Anderson was in the first episode.
I did IMDb that she was in the first episode. She was in like 24 episodes of those first couple seasons.
And then she was watching Bays after that.
I guess. I did. Yeah. I guess I could IMDb Pamela Anderson, but who cares?
I wanna-
Nobody cares.
I need a like Pamela Anderson 1991 versus Pamela Anderson 1993. Like it's got to be super different, right?
What do you mean? In what way?
I just think she's had like
her fake boob size?
or just like even like her face.
I mean, I didn't recognize her at all in that
Yeah.
first episode.
I bet she looked like pretty normal and hot when she was on Tool Time, and then
her
like
hair wasn't teased at all, and she wasn't in a one piece all red.
Why were you getting so mad about hot chicks, guys? Come on.
we're gonna find out that Pamela
Who's
Anderson's
mad?
from Indiana.
I wouldn't care though. It's fine, whatever. She's old now anyway. It doesn't matter. Predictions.
I think we were all pretty surprisingly on, right? Like I had no JTT, that was correct. I had Brad was going to college, not quite.
Brad's like Indiana. He's a piece of shit.
Brad is the Indiana of the Taylor siblings. I think JTT is maybe a California, and Mark's like a Nebraska or some shit.
Like a
nobody cares.
Wyoming.
Yeah, like oh, you're still here?
Oh. You belong. You are part of the continental United States, but I forget about you.
I guess you're a thing. You're just like a rectangle. That's fine. Good for you, man.
Yeah. Marky is kind of a rectangle.
This is fine, right? They don't have podcasts in Wyoming, right? Like they're never gonna hear
I don't
this.
know. Let's just see if we can burn every bridge in every state,
Why are you hating on all the states now?
and then we'll only have international viewers.
50 shitty United States. Except for Minnesota. Minnesota's the bomb.
I mean, I'll burn out, Brian. It's fine. It's whatever. It's getting cold out, so that's when I always start debating on why I live here. But
Because you love that freeze. What were we talking about?
your predictions.
Oh, and then I said that Al is getting married, which was just like a home run. He
That was spot
for
on.
sure got married.
Yeah, that's
that last
one full
episode.
point. I'll
Wait,
give you a
said
one.
that?
Yeah.
I also said that.
Well,
I wasn't listening to you.
I said it first.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
I think I did a pretty bad job, sort of. I mean,
I think you did.
Wilson's not dead,
No.
so I got that wrong. But I did say it was the end of Tool Time, and I was right. I was worried that they were gonna stay, and he was gonna take the job, and like fucking ended, and it started again.
Just like Al and Heidi hosting Tool Time. No one's watching.
No one's watching that. But it did end. I said Randy has animals, and according to Jimmy's research, he does have a serious girlfriend in Costa Rica.
Yeah. I think her name was Lauren.
Not important. Brad, I wrote Brad was kind of a loser. I think I'm pretty right about that.
Yeah, he seemed like he was like the dumb sibling or something.
Yeah. And I think I said Mark is a jerk. We don't know. Mark's just Wyoming. He's just square, so we don't know what he's doing. And it also kind of sounded like from the previously on that Randy is also more of the journalist or writer.
Yeah, he was like, "Why can't you let me write what I want to write?"
He went down to Costa Rica to write.
Yeah.
It also looked like Mark had like a goth phase.
Yeah.
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 That was in the clip show, yeah.
Interesting. Interesting
I thought that was pretty obvious since I saw it. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
What were your predictions, Jim Bob?
I don't know. I wasn't listening. I'm on the Pamela Anderson IMDb now,
You're
and it's
just
interesting.
We are.
She's doing a lot of work these days.
We are doing a podcast, not
Did you know?
Googling, ogling Pamela Anderson.
Did you know she was in the Baywatch movie this year?
Probably.
I had heard that she's like in the end for like a cameo.
If I was gonna put money on two people being in the Baywatch,
Pamela Anderson. She plays Casey Jean Parker. I don't know if that's her name.
Yeah, CJ. That was her Baywatch character.
Okay, well, let's first and last CJ, and then we'll talk about this.
What were your predictions, Jimmy?
God. Jill has a job. Technically, yes.
I'll give you that.
Because that was the whole reason they were moving. The whole point of this
I bet she had a job too that she was leaving. So
Yeah, I mean, she accepted the job for sure at the end. So she did have a job
before this job. I thought that both Randy and Brad, I thought the kids were going to be older than they are because by all rights they should have been. 8 seasons later, you only have 12 grades.
Yeah,
that's like so. Mark
and it fits when like I thought that they were like 6, 8, and 10, and like that about fits.
Ah, God. Al married. Check. We see Wilson's face. So freaking
I bet that's every episode, man. That's every single episode of the show.
Yeah, but especially the last one.
I know.
They're like, oh, are we gonna? Will we? Won't we?
They tore down the fence.
Will
man.
they? Won't they? They tore down the fence, so then immediately made me think that we're gonna see it.
Yeah, they played with our heartstrings.
What if like in the show Tim like looked at him through the fence and he was just like, oh my God. But they just never showed Wilson's face.
Where's your lower jaw, Wilson?
Tim's just like, what the fuck happened? And they zoom into Tim's face.
Brutal.
And then they just cut to the next scene at Al's wedding.
I just in my head, I don't know why I said, where's your, like I pictured that he didn't have a lower jaw, which how would he talk at all? But then that just made me think that like he's like a hungry hippo that just has the top half of his face just chomping at marbles. Okay. And then, I can't do it. Then the last thing I said was that I wrote the Tool show was canceled, which is so stupid. I still didn't know what the show was called after the first.
The Tool show is
canceled, which is not technically true.
No, didn't get canceled. He quit, and they wanted to keep going. So,
yeah.
All right. Would you guys watch this more? I feel like Joe would.
I was surprised at how into the show I was. I don't think I'm gonna seek it out, but like if at some point I'm like flipping channels and Tool time is Tool time. Home Improvement.
No one flips channels anymore.
I might flip some chans. Who knows?
You might do some chan flips.
F some C's. Oh, yeah. That's not.
F all over those C's.
Oh,
if Tool time and Home Improvement is on, I might check it out.
I wouldn't turn it off.
For sure.
No.
I got some jokes.
I mean, I think this show's great. I can see me literally, because I can feel like you can just pick any episode, like, you know,
Yeah.
in a way, it's just kind of an any episode show.
I feel like after watching the pilot, which I thought was a really good setup, I felt like any episode in the entire series has got the same exact things going on.
I mean, every episode he gets like hurt somehow. He like makes fun of Al. He gets kind of in a fight with his wife, and he like powers something up or like blows something up or something.
Well, like from the first to the last that we just saw, like there wasn't much change. They're still in the same house. Like Tim and Jill kind of have the same like struggles together. The kids are older, and that's about it. Mm-hmm. Like Wilson's still there giving advice. And
the only thing that we really thought was going to change was that JTT got too big for the show when he's gone. So they had so the only real big plot point is you have to find out how they wrote him out, you know?
Yeah.
And whenever he left.
I looked at that a tiny bit, and he leaves like the beginning of that season 8, and then there's like a holiday show where he comes back like it's Christmas break. That's probably the last time you see him.
They didn't pay to have him come back for the last episode.
Yeah.
I did think he was going to show up for Al's wedding. I thought he was going to do that.
What was JTT had some big movies when he was in the young teens.
He had a few movies. I can't remember what they were now, but other than Lion King, he had a few like live action movies.
Yeah. He was a teen heartthrob for sure.
Was he in Jungle 2 Jungle?
He wasn't the kid in Jungle.
No, but I think he was in one of the sequels, Jungle 5 Jungle.
I would come back to this.
Yeah, I could see myself being like, I'm eating dinner. I'll put on a Tool Time. I wish I could only just watch Tool Time, to be completely honest.
Just Tool
and I
Time
think I think I've always thought that about the show. I wish I could only watch Tool Time. I don't really care technically about anything else. I just want to watch the actual show Tool Time.
It's the best part.
Yeah. Anytime they're on Tool Time, I'm interested in glued.
Tim and Al.
Al,
no way.
Al,
Wait.
you're so Borland.
Wait, what?
What are you
No, what?
What are you?
Okay.
We don't even know what you're doing over there. What are you doing?
IMDb. So JTT. I was just seeing if it would come up, and I would just immediately see the movies that I'm thinking of. That Wild America was the big. No, was it? Yeah, with Devon Sawa.
It's just like Jimmy, like
okay, but
going through an internal struggle.
Last Man Standing is basically the same thing.
That's
with
a Tim Allen show.
Oh, you're talking about the Tim Allen show?
And it's a few years later, and it's just another like, I'm a man.
Is JTT in that?
JTT is in 4 episodes as a dude named Randy.
Wow.
So but Tim Allen, his name is John Baker in the show. So is he playing himself in Home Improvement, but in this other show?
Where Tim Allen's playing someone else.
Is Dan Harmon the creator of...
That would be amazing.
I bet it would be a good show if Dan Harmon was the creator of that show.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
It can't be. I mean, I've never seen it, but from what I've heard, it's just Tim Allen being Tim Taylor in a different show. He's just older and
talking to a deer.
Also kind of misogynist, but is shitty at it. Like, I'm a man, but I do everything bad.
Well, maybe we'll check it out with Home Improvement Month.
Yes. I can't wait.
Was JTT in any other shows? Couldn't have been, because he was in this in his entire adolescence.
Yep.
Oh, he played in an episode of Ally McBeal.
So if we do Home Improvement Month, we do this week. We do that reindeer movie show with
Last Man Standing.
We do VIP.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Pamela Anderson one.
Baywatch.
And if we can't figure out any other show, then we just watch Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift for week 4.
Or Family Feud.
Or first and last of Family Feud with Richard Karn.
Yeah, only Richard Karn's Family Feuds. That's a good one.
That's really
I like
fun.
that. All right, Joe, where can people talk to us and find us and do stuff with us?
Go, jeez.
Tread lightly. Tread lightly.
For F and L podcast at either Gmail or Twitter or
the FB
or FBooks.
I mean, I think it's like facebook.com/first and last.
Something like that.
Yeah, but if you like at F&L podcast,
yeah,
it tags us.
Yeah, figure it out. You guys are smart people. Unless you live in Indiana, then Joe hates her guts.
There's still time. You can get out. You can leave.
You're never too before we can say one thing before we leave, and that's you're never too young or old to escape Indiana. See you guys next week on First and Last, where we continue what I've just declared Home Improvement Month.
You sound like you're ho-ho-hoing. Like Santa Claus starring Tim Allen.
Oh. Maybe people watch.